Hey everyone, what's up? I just want to make a super quick video just because I just posted two perfect examples of how the media picks and chooses how they word things and how they report on things based on ethnicity and who the assailant is or is not and who the victim is or is not. It has nothing to do with being racist, but they are being racist in this sense. Let me explain it to you, break it down for you. So Channel 3 and Channel 8 both report that East Cleveland police, 8-year-old girl in critical condition after being shot by 17-year-old boy. Is that all you got? So here's what else they put down. The shooter has been identified. Whew, at least they identified the shooter. All right, so what has he been identified for? So we know what to look out for. The shooter has been identified by police as a 17-year-old boy. U.S. Marshals have joined the East Cleveland Police Department in the search for the teen. That's all you got? It's a 17-year-old boy? That's all you got? You don't have any other identifying descriptions that you could tell us? You know, for the safety of the public so they know who the fuck to look out for? Or should they just watch out for every 17-year-old boy? Or are you racist as fuck? Because in your trying not to be racist, you're being racist. So by not mentioning the ethnicity, I think you're trying not to be racist, but you're being racist by assuming that we will just know it or assume what it is because it's from East Cleveland. So you just expect us to assume it was a black person and we should look out for every black 17-year-old boy, but we didn't want to mention that? Because you didn't want to sound racist, but you're fucking racist because you expect us just to assume because it's from East Cleveland it should be some black kid? Don't know who it is, but you should tell the public because the public deserves to know who the fuck to look out for. Not just assume that every 17-year-old is bad, or not. And just telling the ethnicity doesn't mean that every brown kid's bad, every white kid's bad, every black kid's bad, every yellow kid's bad. No, but it lets us know what the fuck to look out for at the time because there's a killer of that age, that ethnicity right now out there on the loose. You understand? It's not being racist. If the motherfucker was a fucking Caucasian dude, I'd want you to say he was a Caucasian. You'd say he was white, but I'd want to know it was a Caucasian 17-year-old. If it was a little fucking Latino 17-year-old, I want to know it's a Latino or a fucking Asian American or a Native American, whatever. By the way, they're all American. They're just different ethnicities. Don't ever forget that. So anyways, it's ignorant. It's the sheer ignorance that's out there. And Channel 3 isn't the only station that reported it like that. All of them reported it was a 17-year-old from East Cleveland. But no identifying markers or anything to look out for. I mean, are you fucking kidding me? Come on. The person just saw, oh, that guy's 17. How'd you know? You just guessed at his fucking age? Is that all you got out of it? You can't give any other identifying markers? Oh, what? They just, sorry, I just don't notice any other identifying markers. How the fuck did you guess his age, dude? You looked at him. You saw what he looked like. Give us a fucking description. The person didn't just say, oh, yeah, it was a 17-year-old guy. What was he fucking wearing? What did he look like? Do you have any other description other than it was a 17-year-old? Because that's bullshit. You can't just have a guessed age of the person and then no other identifying features. If somebody saw someone that looked like they were about 17-year-old, then they saw other things about the person too. And you should report that shit, you fucking dumbasses. Man. So anyways, the expected ignorance from the news just blows my fucking mind. They expect people just to not notice shit. They expect people just to not say anything. They expect it just to be fucking, well, we should all be politically correct and not offend anyone, but yet just assume they'll know who we're talking about. I mean, we said East Cleveland, so you should just know we mean black. You racist fucks. You racist fucks. You pick and choose and you try and use and push the racial button anytime you fucking can to get the people brought up and stirred up and emotions stirred up. But anytime you can't push the racial button, you try to be as cautious as possible about it because you don't want to offend anybody if the narrative isn't right. We got to push buttons only when the narrative fits. If the attacker was white and the victim was black, we can totally jump all over that. Listen, not only will we jump all over that, we're going to mention ethnicity. We're going to bring up color a bunch. Listen, when we report it, we're going to make sure that we report white and black. A white cop or a white man attacked a black man or a black person. Make sure we mention color then. But any other time, if the attacker is black and the assailant is white, or if the attacker is black, not assailant, if the victim is white, if the attacker is black and the victim is white, or if the attacker is black and the victim is black, or any other color, we're not going to mention any fucking color when we report it. Make sure you don't mention color at all, because it doesn't fit the racist narrative. If we reverse it, then we can't... By God, we can't call fucking anybody else that's not white racist, because that would just be fucking wrong. You know what I mean? That's going to push another button. So don't mention color there. All right. So we got this right then, right? If the attacker was white, we mention the color. If the attacker was any other ethnicity, we don't mention it. Okay? We're just going to mention like the least amount of identifying factors as possible. There you go. That's how we'll do that. Start opening your eyes and seeing that's exactly how the news reports. That's exactly how they report. You have to ask why. You have to be able to see the psychological manipulation that goes on every fucking day. Every day when they report it a certain way or report certain things but not other things. Open your eyes, man. They play us all for dumb. They play us all for dumb. They try and use every ethnicity against another one in some way, shape, or form, mainly Caucasians and African descents. So all Americans they try and use against one another, but mainly anyone that is of African or Caucasian descent. And that's why those are the only two they use, white and black. Hello? The only ones that use white and black. Because why? Because white and black don't mix. Because white and black are different. Because they want to always keep up a subconscious understanding that we are different. We should be different. There are things different. Nah, motherfucker. All the same race, different ethnicities. Different amounts of melatonin in your skin than in mine. You have more melatonin, I have less. I'm not jealous of you. Are you jealous of me because I have less? I don't give a fuck. We're all the same inside. But the media tries to use us against one another and report things certain ways. Please start seeing this manipulation, and let's call the bullshit. I would love to see a protest at some media stations where you're demanding that they start reporting things fairly, that they start giving respect to the death regardless of who the assailant was. That if the person dies, you need to be mentioned that we need to demand change. It doesn't matter if the killer was black, white, red, or yellow. It doesn't matter if the person that died was black, white, red, or yellow. They should report that shit and not just have us make assumptions, leave things out because it doesn't fit right or we don't want to fucking offend anybody. Nah, you bullshitters. You're racist, expecting us to assume that we already know the ethnicity and that by not mentioning, that's fucked. So anyways, I hope this brought some light to the forefront and helped explain some shit as to the manipulation that's used against all of us every fucking day in the way they report stuff. I would love to see a protest at a fucking news station, man, demanding that they cover shit fairly, demanding that they stop being racist, because they are racist. Think about that shit, man. You know I'm right. If you don't agree, that's fine, but I just needed to voice my opinion.